North Carolina, you're up.
Let's go!
Lady of Suspense here, and welcome back to another episode of Legends, Myths, and Bizarre Tales from Your State. So right now we're going to talk about North Carolina. And North Carolina, I found George Feller and Kathy Feller. In 1870, there was a farmer named George Feller, and he lived with his wife Kathy in McDowell County, North Carolina. Kathy had really bad asthma, so she couldn't help out on the farm. George wasn't happy about having to do all of the farm work himself, so keep that in mind. So one night, George ran to a neighbor's house and said that Kathy was really sick and needed help. The closest doctor was miles and miles away, so the neighbor was the next best thing. When George and the neighbor got back to George's house, Kathy had passed away, along with her and George's newborn baby. So the townspeople were in the funeral procession, heading for the church for services and burial when they were stopped by a man on a horse. The man said, "You can't bury this woman here. She's been..." He goes on to tell the folks about a dream that he had had the night before, and that the woman in the casket was unalived by her husband. The townsfolk all looked at each other and was like, how did he know there was a woman in that casket? Well, he must know something. And then they all turned their attention to George, so they were like, And then they all turned around with the casket, and the town doctor examined Kathy and discovered that she had in fact been unalived by strangling. The townfolk then took over and, hounded George to tell them what happened. So he finally confessed that he and Kathy had a bad argument and the night before, and that he had unalived her. So the town folks once again took things in their own hands and handled the deed, taking care of George by giving him his punishment.